Hello everybody, Dr. Shelby Phelps here with Illuminate Chiropractic. I'm here with Allie. You all were a part of the big anticipation leading up to the announcement that she is our new team member. She's already a rock star. If you haven't met her in the office, we're super excited to have her. So Allie, thanks for being here. She is so not new to the chiropractic world. She's very educated with chiropractic. She's been around it for a long time, been adjusted for years. Her family has been adjusted. They see the value, benefit of chiropractic. But more importantly, and it goes hand in hand with the topic we're talking about today, top 10 reasons that you should take your child to a chiropractor, or why every kid should get adjusted. She has a 14-month-old sweet little Micah, the cutest, and she's been adjusted her entire life. Throughout your whole pregnancy, right? That's a big part of what we do at Illuminate Chiropractic. We serve tons of kids in the office, a lot of pregnant moms. That's our specialty, prenatal, pediatric care. Of course, we serve every member in the family. So she's gonna jump on in today because I know she's gonna have a lot of fun input. So this is our first of our summer Wednesday Wellness series. So stay tuned every Wednesday evening. We're gonna be hopping on. I may be just me sometimes. I may have some special guests, maybe me and Allie, and we're just going to give you guys all the health, wealth, and good tips. So we'll get right into it. Top 10 reasons why we're taking a kid to a chiropractor and why parents choose to bring their children into our office. First and foremost, children are growing rapidly. That's the biggest thing. There's a huge stat right now that 65% of a child's neurological development happens just within the first year. That's so much, and I think, I'm not a parent myself, but I've seen it time and time again with family members who have children or just children in the office, and I think, Allie, you can speak a lot to it. They're just growing so much, not just how they physically appear, but how much they learn and their milestones that they're going through every couple weeks, every month, and so much of that neurological development is happening within that first year that most parents, it makes sense when they hear that of course they want to make sure that their brain and their spine and their nerves, that everything is working and is connected at its best so that they can have the best start to life. So that is just first and foremost the biggest one why parents bring them, is because they're always changing and growing at a rapid pace. So that's huge. Second one here, gotta look at my little list. Let's see, kids, they're constantly moving. They're always, whatever it might be, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the milestones too, is they're going to be rolling over from tummy to belly, or tummy to back, and then back to belly, and then soon enough they're going to be pulling up on stuff, and then they're going to be crawling, and then walking, and so much more. And so, Allie, actually, I think you could probably speak a lot more to this because Micah is 14 months, so she's gone through so many stages of her moving constantly too. Why is it so important through these stages that we get them adjusted?
Yeah, so you definitely want to make sure, especially as they're learning how to walk, they will be falling on their bums all of the time. So they're just kind of having these little micro traumas to their spine. So getting adjusted helps kind of keep them clear and moving strong, and it also helps keep their hips in alignment and everything, so when they're walking, they're not kind of trying to overcompensate in some ways, or when they're crawling, if you ever notice your little one crawling and all of a sudden they bring one leg out, it's just their body trying to compensate for something that's going on in their spine. So I've been getting Micah adjusted since she was less than a day old. So it's been a lot of fun to kind of see her body react to it, and you can tell when it's been a little bit because she'll start not moving as well, not moving as efficiently, or she'll start getting congested. And babies just like react to adjustments so fast that she will have a massive poop out really right after an adjustment, maybe like 5 minutes or less. It cracks me up.
That's awesome. We see it all the time in the office. It's where you have the changing table, and we always let parents know, they're going to sleep really good, or they're going to have a big blowout afterwards because their body is going to unleash a lot of that. That's great. And she really nailed on all of those movements that they're going through, constantly moving as a young kid. Even more so when they're older. There's a family of 3 boys in the office, and they're older, and boys will be boys. They're always running and jumping on things and doing ninja moves and wrestling each other, and those are still big physical traumas to their body. And there's, adults that come in all the time, and they'll be playing golf on the weekends, or they'll be out, whatever it might be, in the office. Physical trauma to the body in an adult world is sitting at your office chair all day. And so to adults, it makes sense that they have these physical traumas to their body, but they don't think about how much their kids are going through. And a big part of this, the overall picture, guys, is when we take care of our young children, we adjust those misalignments, we really remove the interference to their body that's caused from those physical traumas just from being a kid, they will grow up to be healthy adults, and not these adults that will say, I've had back pain since I was 16, or I've had this hip pain for really as long as I can remember. We want to make sure that we're growing healthy adults, and we're really changing the global healthcare system is really what we're trying to do. So constantly moving, big physical stressors, great reason to get your kids checked in our office and get them adjusted just to keep their body working really well, okay? Number 3, and this is probably my number 1 favorite to talk about, and probably the best testimonials for parents too, and this is that chiropractic adjustments are great for boosting your child's immune system. And more than just what we think of, it's not like an immune shot by any means, but it's really creating resistance in their bodies so that their bodies can adapt better to all the germs and the bugs and the viruses that go around. I'm sure you've seen it so much in what you do too. There's so many parents that are trying so hard to get rid of all the germs out there. There's antibacterial this, and there's hand sanitizer, and there's everything, but the premise of chiropractic care for children is to boost their immune system from the inside rather than handling everything on the outside, so that if they do come in contact with something yucky or a germ or a virus or a bacteria, that their body can actually adapt to it better and it will not turn into this sickness. And so we've seen it time and time again. Chiropractic kids, point blank, are just freakishly healthy. I mean, seriously, freakishly healthy. I'm a chiropractic kid myself. I remember being in grade school, I did not take sick days. I never took sick days. And I thought it was cool back then that all my friends got to stay home and, eat ice cream or whatever they did all day because they were sick. And I was like, oh, why do I get to stay home? But now I look back, and it was because I was resistant to everything else that was going on in school. I rarely got sick. That just wasn't something that I experienced. And so a lot of parents who are coming into the office and they're getting their children adjustment, they're having much less sick days in school, and they're seeing a big increase into, it's okay if they do get sick once in a while, but they're able to adapt much better. So they're starting to be sick a lot less long, or the sick days, the time to get through it all is much less. Their symptoms are not as long. So huge for immune boost for sure. What has been your experience? Because Micah's been adjusted her whole life. Yeah. You have family members, I'm sure, that have young kids. You've been around young kids. What is your side-by-side comparison with immunity?
I can definitely see the difference between little Miss Micah and other friends and family members that have kiddos as well. Even if you just look into her eyes, they're so vibrant. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like her eyes are telling you that she's thriving. So when she is kind of going through something, that's like my first indicator that something is kind of going on with her. Just her eyes seem to dull a little bit, which I think is really cool.
That's big, yeah.
And she has been congested for a little bit at one time, and I went and got her sinus adjusted, and she has not had that issue at all. And it took me a little bit to be like, okay, well, I should have done that a lot sooner.
Right.
So she has been super healthier than a lot of kids that I've been around. So it helps me kind of be more assured that I'm doing the right thing for her, and I'm hoping that she just keeps chugging along and we'll have a nice,
she'll be a
healthy baby.
Healthy kid, healthy teenager, healthy adult for sure. Mm-hmm. And I don't even think we touched on why it's so important, but truly, we're not dealing with the bones like a lot of people think. We're truly dealing with your nervous system. And what houses your nerves Your nervous system, your spinal cord is your spine. And so that's what we adjust as chiropractors. But we're making sure that your nervous system is working and functioning at its best, because your nerves are what control every other system in your body, including your immune system, your endocrine system, your hormone systems. I mean, every system in your body. So truly, by getting adjusted, it's raising the frequency in your body so you can start to function at your best. Your immune system's going to be at its best, and you're going to, again, create resistance. That's key. We're not putting anything in the body. We're not taking anything out of the body. We're truly just making the body create that resistance to fight off everything. So this is just a plug right now. If you are a parent that is watching this, and you have children, and you spent the last school year with lots of sick days and lots of illnesses, because there was so much sick, it seemed like, more than I've really seen in the last couple of years here, at least in McKinney, Texas, and the surrounding areas. So if you are that family, please find a pediatric specific chiropractor. Of course, you're always welcome in our office, and just get them checked and see how their body's functioning. So we've seen tremendous results for so many things, and it's just so cool to see these kids thriving. It's incredible. Okay, well, moving on to that one. I love to talk about that one. The next one, this is huge for every stage of childhood, and it's that chiropractic adjustments will improve your sleep. So much so. I always love to pre-frame this one with how do we heal? If we do have something going on in our body, the best way we can heal is by getting rest. That's where we're going to start to have cellular repair, is when we're resting and when we're sleeping. And so we're not going to be at our best or as healthy as we can be if we're not resting well. Not only is a crying baby who's not sleeping all the time not fun, or a toddler who's up at all hours of the night not fun, but just poor sleep in general is just not going to be great for the function of our body. So chiropractic care, again, is going to just change and create a new normal in your body, and you're going to be able to see a big difference in how you sleep, which is overall going to change how you are healing and resting, and that's how we're going to stay healthy. It comes back to sickness too. Yeah. We've all heard forever, if you're sick, go home and rest, and sleep. And a lot of us, after a really good sleep, will feel absolutely amazing, and it's because a lot of our healing took place during a really good sleep. So we need to get good sleep. We got to make sure our body's functioning right. So chiropractic is phenomenal for that. Anything to add to that one?
Nope, that was perfect.
I love it. Okay. Next one is really big with, I'm seeing it a lot more adults now too, but we're talking about kids today. I'm seeing it in the toddler. A lot of like 2, 3, 4-year-olds, and it's digestion issues. A lot of people's first go-to is supplementation, which is great, or we need to change something in the diet, which is great. But kids who are having digestion issues, constipation, diarrhea, that's frequent diarrhea, kids complaining of belly aches, that sort of thing, even babies who tend to spit up a lot, or they just are gassy, that is some sort of digestion issues. So we can change our supplementation, we can change our diet, but if our body is not working the way it should, we're not going to be able to synthesize those supplements and those vitamins. We're not going to be able to take in this good food and digest it like we should, because still the nerves that are in our low back and in our pelvis that go to our digestive system and go to your little one's digestive system, if it's not working right, if your body's not in alignment, you have misalignments, those nerves to that area are going to cause poor digestion. And that's truly just a symptom of your kiddo that's saying, hey, something's not working here. I love to tell parents that having a symptom in any way, whether it's poor sleep, poor immunity, it's not that something's wrong. That's actually the body being really smart. It's the body saying, hey, something's not right here. This is my warning signal. And so that's the best time to come and get your child checked for sure. So chiropractic care for adjustments for children will absolutely improve digestion. We've seen it time and time again. And like Allie and I were talking about earlier, it's so fast. I mean, you will adjust a little kiddo's pelvis, low back, all those areas, and it will be a big diaper blowout within like minutes or on their way home. It's a fun day in the office. You know, you did a great job. You saw a lot of great people when you've been pooped on, peed on, spit up on some point in the day. So It's wonderful. Have you experienced any sort of digestion issues with? She's adjusted her whole life, so you're
she's actually been really good.
Yeah, you're a testimony to, again, a freakishly healthy kid. She's adjusted for her. So kiddos with digestion, chiropractic care is going to be a huge benefit for that. That was number 5. So now we're on to number 6. This is big right now in our country. It's chiropractic care is really beneficial for kids who are either diagnosed or they're struggling with symptoms of ADD, ADHD. They're having poor concentration in school. Maybe they're hyperactivity. They have a lot of hyperness at home, or behavioral issues is a really big one too. The biggest thing with this, I've seen it in the rise more and more in kids younger and younger, and it's what we call kids that are in this fight or flight mode. Truly, their bodies are so out of alignment, things are not working the way that it should, so they're always in this constant stress mode, this overprotection mode, and it's truly changing their neurology, and it's decreasing their ability to concentrate in school, and that's where they're getting these diagnoses. And there's so many parents right now in the office that they don't want to put their kids on medicine. There's got to be another answer, and truly chiropractic has been phenomenal for this, because we're able to, it's really a lot of upper neck, upper cervical spine that we're focusing on. We're able to take pressure off of this area and get the brain to start creating a new normal, because your brainstem comes right through the first bone in your spine, called your C1 atlas, and when that is compressed and rotated, that's when we're starting to get this fight or flight sympathetic mode all the time, and we're seeing it in kids, and so over time that's what's really causing this. So that is a really great one, and something a lot of people don't know about right now. So another plug, if you or your child or your neighbor or someone you know has really casually brought up that, you know, they've had a lot of behavioral issues lately, they've been struggling to concentrate in school, doctor diagnosed them as ADD, a great check would be bringing them into the office. We have great technology that's going to be able to check and see what's going on with that upper cervical spine and misalignments there, and just get their body working right. So overall, everything can function at its best. It's going to be a really good one. Okay, number 7, we're climbing up there, guys. Thanks for hanging in today. It's anxiety and stress. Huge right now. Panic attacks too. This is more or less in adults, I think, a little bit more, but what's crazy is we are seeing it in younger and younger kids right now. And I don't know about you, Allie, but I don't remember any of my friends when we were younger mentioning anxiety. Yeah. It was not a thing, at least in when I went to school. And so to have children, you know, as young as 5, 6, 7 years old that are experiencing panic attacks or anxiety and really stressful days, it just goes hand in hand with, again, that fight or flight mode. Mm-hmm. There's so much technology right now, and technology is just, it's part of our world, and they're creating this technology, and it's designed to bring us into that fight or flight mode. And so many people right now are just experiencing these symptoms, and again, chiropractic is wonderful for just changing our neurology, bringing us back to a new normal, and really focusing on aligning everything so that each system of your body is functioning at its best. That's what it's all about. Okay, so that's a big one. Number 8, and I'm going to let Allie talk a little bit about this because she's seen this a lot firsthand as well. We see it in the office every single day. We had 9 babies from pregnant mom practice members born in the month of May, so it's super exciting, but it's just something that's really common in a lot of babies. And that is colic, or a lot of them are calling it irritable baby syndrome right now. So it's kind of this, taboo is not the right word, but there's a lot of people don't know what it is. They hear about it, and there's just so many symptoms that go along with it. And so biggest thing here, guys, is we love checking babies as soon as possible after they're born. The majority of time, the first trauma to the spine is during the birth process itself. And it could be the most amazing natural birth, and it's still a trauma to the baby's spine. So absolutely great time to come and get the baby checked. So Allie, tell me about your experience with colic. What are some colicky symptoms, and how chiropractic really can help with that?
Okay. It's the main symptoms that people will see most often is their baby is just crying all of the time. It's like nothing will soothe them. They're just unhappy. So my mom would tell me that my middle brother Andy, he had colic when he was tiny. So he was crying all of the time, and it's just a buildup of gas really in their stomach, and they just don't know how to get rid of it. Essentially, their body doesn't know what to do with all this gas, and so they're just grumpy. They're grumpy babies. So they'll fart a lot and they'll throw up a lot, and sometimes it's just from, a mom needs to have something in her diet that your infant just can't process very well. But the best thing really is just come in and let them get adjusted. Let their body learn how to adapt to whatever is going into them. And very common things that's in the mom's diets that's really bothering the babies could be like coffee, it could be even bread, but it's just kind of a trial and error kind of thing. Thankfully, Micah didn't ever have these issues, so I personally didn't experience it, but I know of friends and family that did. So I always, anytime someone says anything's going on with their kid, I'm like, go find it. I will recommend 10 chiropractors if I could that I know that are good with great with kids.
And I think biggest symptom I hear about it's gassy, but these babies are so uncomfortable. They're truly in pain because they don't know how to get rid of this. So they're crying, and it's not just I'm wet cry, I'm hungry cry, I'm new to this world cry. It's an angry, irritable, they're upset cry, and parents are not getting restful, even just the periods of sleep. They're not really enjoying these first few weeks, these first couple months with their new baby, because it's so stressful, because this baby is screaming so much. And so it really goes both ways, where we want to have a healthy, happy family. That's what it's all about here at Illuminate Chiropractic, is creating these healthy families. And that includes parents with a newborn baby. And so we absolutely want them to come in and get adjusted, and we want to make sure their bodies are functioning and working at their best. And even being so tiny with a newborn baby, we want their whole system to be in aligned. And it's really quick. It's very similar to digestion. With the fussiness, it is very quick turnaround for someone in the family and the mom who's been dealing with a baby with colic for weeks or months. It's incredible how quick their world can change with chiropractic care. So absolutely huge benefit. Thanks, Allie.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9 out of the 10 reasons why every parent should bring their kid into a chiropractor, or why the parents in our practice bring a kid to a chiropractor. And that's when they're little, it really helps with feeding, with breastfeeding particularly. And a big part of that, I think what I hear the most, and again, we have a lot of referrals to lactation consultants. I think that plays a big role. We check for tongue tie, lip tie, that plays a big role. But big thing with feeding and breastfeeding is sometimes they truly can't turn their head to one side or the other. It's difficult for them, and it's because of that misalignment. Again, just like we talked about earlier, first trauma to the spine during the birth process, most of the time, and it happens usually with that first or second bone in your spine. And so it's restricting little baby from turning really far to the right or to the left, maybe even both. So I will have parents who will say, I don't know if this is anything you can help with, but baby feeds wonderful on the right, not the left. And even if it's a bottle fed baby, they'll feed really great holding in one arm, and then the other arm it's almost like a struggle because their orientation changes, and it's truly that they're just misaligned, their body's not working good. So same thing like we've talked about over and over. Chiropractic helps just align everything so that every bodily system can work and function at its ultimate best. So that's a big one too. Last one, and my favorite reason in number 10 is parents just want healthy kids. Who doesn't want a healthy kid? You want a healthy kid, right?
Definitely.
When I have kids, I want healthy kids. Yeah. So the number one reason parents should bring their kids to a chiropractor is just overall health and well-being. It's going to help, again, like we talked about, every single system in the body. It's going to boost their immune system. It's going to help with digestion, their sleep, every other reason we've talked about. And it's going to create these freakishly healthy kids like we've talked about that are thriving and functioning. They're doing amazing in every aspect of their lives, and we see it time and time again. It's incredible. So overall health, wellness, even great posture. We didn't even touch on posture, and a lot of people think of posture when they're thinking of chiropractic care. And although we focus on the nerves and making sure that all of our systems work good, of course, we're going to have really great posture because we're getting adjusted and everything's in line. So all of these things are so important. We do want to let you guys know that we are open for seeing your kiddos too. It's our passion. Practice right now is, we might have mentioned it in the beginning, 60% of children under the age of 12. So specialized in pediatric, prenatal, that's our passion. We love serving all members of the family though, every walk of life. And now we have Allie, awesome team member. She's here to help. Wonderful with children, so she will be up front playing with all the kids, and we really encourage you guys, if you haven't found your own pediatric chiropractor, or if you're in the area and you'd like to come to our office, please do. And also we want to encourage you to just share this information. Please do share to your own individual pages, share with your friends and family, and let them know what pediatric chiropractic is about. And so we can just start sharing the health and wealth with everyone. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's what we have for you today. Thanks for all of you that popped on and are going to watch this later. And we look forward to seeing you every Wednesday this summer for some new topic. If you have a topic in mind that you're interested in and you want to learn more about, not necessarily just about children, but maybe a symptom or something you've heard, whatever it might be, put it in the comments below and we will do our best to get the information for you, maybe even do a little research ourselves and bring it to one of our Wednesday Wellness series videos. I hope you guys have a great night. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.